Alrighty then. This will be my VoD review for our Scrim versus Mutiny, because I think it's a pretty good one to do. As you can see, I've got one screen's the VoD, the other screen over here is a few things I noticed and other notes. So let's start it off. So I'm going to keep the voice nice and quiet. We'll keep this full screen. No, don't need that. So, first things first, I like our position, so this is fine. This is I can only see, this is our first I can only see 4's icon moment. Have to have a quick talk about this, whether or not this icon here, this is 4, whether or not we're going to keep doing this, because I think it'll get punished more as we go later on, and you'll see whenever there's a McCree you die instantly, and it's just terrible. It's probably not your fault, but it's just something we can do. Because you're diving alone here, like, where are you? I can't even see your icon. I can only see 4's icon is like not even a word, not even a thing. And we continue through here. Tux could probably be closer to the corner, let's be honest, but that's just my preference as his. With the hook, see, I'm trying to body block the diva as much as possible here, and it works because I take damage. And I call it Zarya. It's so frustrating. Kill the Hog, kill the Winston, who's down there for some reason. So good first fight. Nice and laggy. You'll see a lot of just lag clips through here. Yeah, so here I said come back to us as I felt like 4 could just zip across to Cafe instead of going down into the hole, which is dangerous. Now, Zen's on high ground here, along with the Mercy. I didn't notice that before. Got the Winston, so no jump damage. So I go back around here, I want to kill the, yeah, I hear the Genji ulti, so I go back around and try and stop him doing stuff. And we just clean up. I shouldn't have missed that hook, that was silly. Just at that odd range. That fight I felt like Sorg must have got burst down, that's why he popped his ulti. But we've got so many other ultis, and I think we'll see after this next fight. Zeph, Evan, not pop his ulti again. Now I adopt a different positioning here. It's kind of habit of me. I'll swap up to different positions every push, and I get picks here. Like I force different things. So I'm holding the corner really hard. Tracer. Blinks, flick to it, kill it. Bad half, but that's habit. I thought we just had the reses for this, that's why I didn't hold it. I was like, this is enough. and we just lose everyone. And next time, that was a lag spike, I couldn't walk through the door, but that wasn't going to change anything. That fight, I felt like I could have probably just held high ground, but I just got those picks, man. Like, what do I do? And we just swap it up, and I don't get to swap here, mainly because I was lagging a bit, so it bounced me back. I couldn't get in there in time. So that's a res. Let's go quickly back and do the res count, see where the reses go on this attack. Good job. Because I was wondering where the other where the other res went when we were doing playback speed. Let's do some playback speed. Faster. I'll turn it up a little bit, see if I can hear Zeph Evans ult. That's a good spot for your heal, probably. And they don't have any poke. Right. So one res for us. They're not running a mercy here, I don't think. Until the next. No, they did get a they didn't res though. Just gonna put my mouse up here. Ant dies here. Their mercy gets a res, but dies for it. Okay, so we trade. Mercy trades life for res there. So at the moment, they've killed us before a res, and we've resed. Get that one. And then I let the guy res for some reason. We trade reses though. And there's no res left. And okay, yeah, okay. And then, yeah, there's a second res, okay.
Oh, fucking lag or something. Yeah, I lagged. I'm super, my connection's unstable. I'm on 80 frames per second. Go in. Yep, should damage me. Fuck, didn't get it.
Playback speed. This is new stuff, normal speed. So there's another Zeph, all I can see is Zeph's icon at the moment. And he dies for it. This is me getting pushed back half the time there. It's ridiculous.
Davis half.
Am I trans if you want to res? Yeah. I'm going into res.
Not sure why I huffed there, that was bad. That was a good res, but Ant dies for it because of extended follow-up. And I'm lagging, bouncing around there. Not sure what that trans was because he's not even going aggressive.
Whoa!
I got the moment behind, I'm stuck behind. I'm really far behind.
Their res of Winston, we were in no spot to follow up, I suppose. I could have peeked, but I just used hook. Okay, our Mercy dies here.
Right.
This is just more of a warm-up than anything.
I can.
Oh my god, I'm above.
I'm just holding point here, like,
Mercy.
Coming in for heals.
Mercy, what?
if a fight is at all questionable, I will always just pop ult.
Tron.
Can you dive soldier high ground somebody?
Send mine.
Trace Winston right.
Notice I didn't look at tanks. I didn't look at DPS the whole time there. It was just...
No
Oop.
recon. Let's regroup. Oh my gosh, dude.
Where could I have jumped here? High ground. Yeah, that would have been better.
What's this lag? Why am I getting lag? To that one instead.
It's good. If we can just full hold them. I mean, not full hold them, but get them into. Trace your right side.
Oh, tapping back in.
Stole mega.
So, first thing of Winston. Let's see how we do. Oh, pulled back.
I got a pulse suit. Soldier.
Yeah, pulled back. I can't move.
Can't push right now.
Mercy's
So, Mercy right side.
boxes, main.
I'm denying Trace.
Yeah.
Monkey just go.
I boot my head.
God's end. Big trans.
Mercy.
So, Mercy was forced on the right to come over to main. And here I am in main. That's a Mercy juggle.
If I get him.
Oh, I lost her.
Got it.
Thank you. Help him. Thank you.
Our res used, they didn't. I don't think they're even using a Mercy.
Check above. Oh, okay.
She's right here. She's on north. I can't do any damage to her. Come back.
I'm on high ground.
She's this good.
That's okay.
Now, they know I'm here. That's why. Oh, I didn't. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe I shouldn't have just peeked. Shouldn't have just not peeked. But I have force abilities here. Like, they all go in way too early.
Winston. I'm on Zen in the back. I got soldier.
Good job. Monkey. Oh, if I can come into fight.
The tanks.
I'm on tank.
So it wasn't letting me walk forward there. That's what I meant.
Keep around me. Monkey. I'm on monkey.
I got vacuumed by the cart. Fuck the cart. Fuck this change, man. You just get vacuumed back to the ground.
I'm on monkey. I'm big monkey. Okay.
So we're holding cart.
Mercy just good.
I'm just on the monkey because defensive oddies are up.
Oh, I'm dead. Winston got Discord.
Give me a drop back if you need it.
Oh, come on and run back my ulti. Ah!
I couldn't. You saw me pop ulti there. Come on.
I'm on Mercy. Nice. Huge.
Mercy.
So no one's to follow up when she does her jump.
Nice. Monkey behind.
That's where you need to look at. Well,
Diva Mac for Winston.
when the Mercy comes,
Break the shield.
you just look for where she's jumping to.
Nope.
Monkey one. Lucas. Dead. Nice.
Got it.
Good hold.
I do a lot of goombering traces, this thing. So let's... I actually don't want to watch her attack, because I know exactly what we did wrong. I just attacked Soldier the whole friggin' time, and he's got 3 sources of healing, and I'm just like, well, I can't do anything. I'm a dumb. Look, Diva, I haven't looked at the supports yet.
2 ticks. Easy.
Then helps himself.
They shouldn't have let us have 2 ticks. That was way too easy a thing.
Let's try and DMAC Diva before fight's over.
Alright, that's enough. Get out.
Oh no.
Like, I built my ulti every fight.
Yeah. I
But-
can't get picks while you guys are fighting. Oh, I'm so staggered.
Another I can only see 4's icon moment, but that was between fights, so that's alright. It's mostly on defense where it happens.
Tracer stairs. Tracer in that thing.
Can I get harmony for her?
I'm both.
Women's better. Get pin string there.
Why do I push down the stairs? Why did I push down the stairs?
3, 2, 1, go.
Soldier.
That was a really good beat.
Zen stuck. He trans.
They're both
Both support ultis, so
Use ours.
Sword gets the tracer.
Jump down.
Mercy. DMAC 1. Huge.
I booped it there.
Get many Diva?
Should I
Again, I'm on Soldier. Like, why am I hitting Soldier? The Zen's right next to him.
Yeah, he's low.
And Mercy's behind me. Oh my god.
Coming out from them.
When does the next one start? 18:30. That's just, this is embarrassing.
He's low, he's low, he's low.
18:35. Okay. So, thinking about this map, you'll see a silly, silly death by me where I pop ulti and then jump into the pit. Didn't matter though.
Getting the Zen really good. Mercy not so much. Yeah. He has been a lot.
No, we're good. Oh no! Fucking! Oh my god! Lag spike.
Lovely little lag spike there. But I've got backup strats.
I'm low, I don't have any.
That's just to give you guys space.
Going on Lucio?
Lucio pushes forward. I'm just like, derp, where's the Lucio? Can I actually see the Lucio there? Like, in that rollout?
Lag spike.
So if I jump over here, right? And Lucio's around the pillar, right?
I'm low, I don't have any.
Where? There's Tracer, there's the Widow, there's the Mercy.
Going.
There's Lucio under me. So that's what I was trying for.
Lucio pushed in. Fuck.
And then I'm just stuck waiting for them. So that's a bad jump.
Tracer no recall.
That was what I was working on all of today, was like, all of that day was just making sure I could track who I was going to jump on, and by the end of it I was just calling a position, and then
Tracer Lucio.
that was a bad jump.
Oh, I'm low on point.
Yeah, coming.
Yep. So I hold close to the pillar, that's why. So when I'm...
This is the thing when you run a Pharah Mercy, you need to run a Lucio because otherwise your Zen just gets caught off guard. Zen. Yeah. And there's not enough ground healing.
Janky boop. Alrighty then.
Running out of juice. Too quick. I'm using
The monkey's coming over. So, what do I see? There's Lucio. Do I stay on him? Yes, I do. I do stay on him this time.
Bridge. Monkey, one.
Oh wow.
Demon Mac half. Tracer.
Goomba stomped them, Tracer. Yay.
Dive this Mercy. 3, 2,
Or dig Mac.
1.
I can't see Mercy. Oh, she's
Ah,
too high.
mate. Yep, so good, so good. Go to different point. Yep.
Good hold, good hold.
I probably should have swapped it earlier.
Okay, so
And I've been getting those calls a lot better, so it doesn't matter.
After you transfer, just switch off the Lucio and let Lucio.
Oh my god. What are we...
Ping me, like vote me. So when they dive me, I want all 5 of you to jump on their back line. Like whoever doesn't jump me, just jump with them. It should be a fair trade.
See, I always put my bubble down later. I try to at least.
Bad pulse. Farah's trying to one. I got
Pharaoh, I think we lose this fight, and that's why.
Demon Mac.
Goomba Stomp Tracer.
Nice.
We res.
Mercy. I need you to fly up. Zep. I'm up.
I'm on Lucio, Yep.
Mercy.
Mercy reses. That. I do the jump.
She's half.
Bubble down for them. Pharaoh.
Okay, tanks on point now.
Mercy
Tanks.
one. Big.
Good job. Tanks on point.
Yeah.
Final fight.
Lucio is probably something I don't hear. Lucio, I should have found the Lucio after the res, because I thingy was in thingy. That was just silly. So there's
I'm gonna try to get early pulse.
I don't think we kill staggers. I don't think we kill staggers nearly as well as we should here. Oh, we do.
Tanks down. Just 2 tanks.
Soldier.
I'm making sure I can splash them across both.
Monkey's dead. Monkey's dead.
Diva.
Who's coming next? Let me know.
Let's see, I look forward. Tracer. Yeah.
Mercy.
Screw the Tracer, the Mercy's here.
Mercy one.
Lucio next. Point. Center.
Good direct. Goomba Stomp. No, I didn't get it.
Get out. Let's grab it.
We got Ryan. They're already here. They're already here.
So, I actually want to see what I do.
Down.
1,000 shields. Swing the bubble just slightly early.
Zarya's low, Zarya's low.
I need heals on point. Yeah.
Probably too aggressive here. Like, I should have just said recharging shield.
Tracer low.
Yeah, I should have just said recharging shield and got us out. Because we lose everyone here for no reason.
You're right. Got my ult.
Fuck, like.
I wanted to hold right there so they'd stop it earlier. But I literally couldn't. The lag. Silly. But it was a bad charge. I was just...
Back.
Get out. Let's grab that. Don't like. What's that?
who's that?
Need up.
4? I can only see 4's icon moments.
Shield.
Let's initiate with Tyre, I reckon.
And now, you see all this rolling boulder, and then Analog dies, Sorg dies, and I'm just like,
Look at it.
guys, just watch the spam. You know what's around you, surely. There's no need to be poking into that. Especially since you can bounce stuff off walls and whatever. It doesn't matter.
On that. He's gonna have his.
So I'm playing defensive here.
Go forward, go forward, go forward.
I've let through too many shatters. Oh, nice and easy. Bang. I don't charge. I refuse to charge off a shatter. Good job, guys.
That was a good.
So I'm gonna have to. We'll have to set up that tire and shatter thing better, or more often, because that was really good. Because there's nothing Ryan can do against shatter. Against tire,
Still left, I think.
Yeah, she's no recall.
if you play it correctly. Because I mean, Ryan can swing at the right, swing at it, but you know,
Nice. That's good.
I'm stopping Zarya there, I think, but it's probably a better choice to go and try and stop the other damage.
Runs on
Scrim as
point.
well.
No, Run's dead back at spawn. So
Huge.
they used grab, yeah.
That was a really good grab. Yeah, dude, it was perfect.
They were trying to grab as well, so that's why they grabbed up. Watch the rollers, watch the rollers.
Rollers are the rolling balls.
Like spike, careful guys.
Tracer top left side.
Watch right.
They'll have run out shatter here.
I don't think Ryan gets a shatter at all.
Ryan's low.
Get it?
I'm dead.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan doesn't shatter once. It's...
Shields down, back up.
Triggered. Can't save anyone because I'm just...
Got a point and just stall it. Oh, I can't use abilities. Zarya high ground left. Come back. Swinging on. Oh, I can't.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna use this.
Point.
You're all hit.
Right, get out. Everyone out.
Good call, Sorg. Too late.
We do actually have to get used to to actually playing with a Lucio, because hopefully they will eventually nerf that.
Again, Analog is holding in the same spot, or Evan's holding in the same spot,
Don't take spam. Don't take spam, please.
as well as Ant. They're all literally standing on that left side of the thing, and you just die. Don't stand there.
Oh, trying to hold right click.
Bang. So we
All the way through that.
we got staggered at that choke because people were holding right side and not watching the rollers. So that's that map basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the Paris will be able to do it. He's the thing, if you have a Mercy team, he's one of the teams that don't play Mercy that much because they don't have a 100% dedicated Mercy player. Just like we do. Yeah, we do.
Show some main. I'm going on Lucio.
Huge.
Winston.
Diva can die.
Yeah. So I've in this current meta I can kill mercies during their res through Diva Matrix, whereas no one else can.
Was that an opening pick onto Lucio? Yeah.
Whereas I can kill I can kill Mercy through everything as they res. I have exactly enough time to do it if I like get the jump and the melee cancel. But it's like almost impossible for me to actually set that up, and I think that's the only time where I actually do it.
He boosted. Diva can die. Diva can die.
Jump over. Go on Diva.
They're all so low.
Diva out of
I probably should have called that I was going Diva. That was.
Yeah, Mom.
Nice little stacker. Good job.
So they're over on the right side on the point. That's how we got them. I should have called,
Holding right side. Tracer.
but that's something I'll always do. Is I'll just break line of sight, then jump over it. It's a rhythm thing I do, and people just got to get used to it. I can't really communicate it.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm zoning. They're probably gonna try and pull. Yeah, they're going
Yep.
for Omega. I thought Omega.
All the way outside. Fight on point. Fight on point.
This was a good bomb, actually.
I'm on tanks. Left side. Diva can die. Lucio's right side. Lucio's right side.
Mercy's low. Mercy's low. Mercy one. Mercy one.
Okay, so I'm probably not calling stuff early enough here, because we went on, split two different directions there. Or I should have just ignored the Lucio because I knew where the Mercy was. Yeah, that was a good point. I should have just done that.
Back to point. Back to point.
So here we don't have an ult advantage, so I just want to stall point for as long as possible. Lucio's main there.
I got it. Trade it.
Lucio on
Winston, monkey. Nice.
Mercy backside. Point. On point now. Left side point.
I'm on Tracer.
Yep, so another Mercy juggle there.
Diva, yep.
You force the Mercy away, and I jump on her.
Lucio.
I'll do it a lot, all the way through this. And we just take a slow fight.
No, it's a map win.
Wait, how have we played all maps?
Yes.
We win.
It's a bit first to 3, but
Oh,
Our next is at 34.
what's the green bubble?
Okay.
No, Mercy's melee the green bubble. And then you get 50% ult charge.
Dude, I think you can plug your headphones into your laptop. I mean, your keyboard. Mine are plugged into. Yo.
Try and bait him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to go through.
How about I just kill her?
I'm not going to go through the Tempest plays because that was just us getting cocky, and it's just the entire time. I can only see Forge's icon moments. It's terrible. Forge is 1v6s the entire team, and it's all we needed, really. Not sure about 4 in the tunnel. If you're getting forced out, come back to us, I think. Sometimes. Should have communicated that.
Right click cart, 2 seconds.
Winston.
Yeah, burn monkey.
I got the Tracer behind.
So I don't know how the Tracer actually got there, but we have to think about that.
He might need help up top.
We've already lost both supports, I'm just stalling here.
Nah, that's mine.
Hence I look at the cart and see if I can get there, but I don't. So I just build ultis.
Yeah, I don't know where she was. But Zen's like always in the back by himself.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
2 CP will be interesting because I don't think 2 CPU is actually interesting. I think it's just I think it's just us getting screwed by
Mercy.
widows.
Back to cart. Diva.
I'm on Diva. He may jump up.
Mercy half. See about.
So they're not
Big up.
putting any damage on me here.
I'm on Genji.
Genji's a nice one for me to kill.
Winston on me, Winston on me.
I need heals really bad where I am.
Um,
Still point. Still in.
4 did a really good job of stalling this point. I'll be honest.
D ran a Mac, D ran a Mac. Where is she?
Got it. Zen next.
So yeah, as time goes on, I just get more and more on these supports.
Nice.
You heal.
Yeah, I am.
We need Tuxie's heal.
Yeah, I'm just healing up the tanks. Okay, they're gonna dive me and Zen. They do us. There's an extra 33% off.
I can push them past you. I've got ulti.
Alright, I'm sticking
Just
back at
so
the edge.
don't pull back. Don't pull back. Just let me push them past and behind you. Just split them up.
Oh, I got cracked, dude. I told you.
Monkey, someone's left.
So yeah, so here what I wanted you to do is stay on big Earls, and I just push them past you, so that the supports and the tanks are split up.
This Zen is crazy.
Yeah,
Messi low down there.
it's like close to GF.
Yeah, just, I don't know, man. He's getting these, like, perfect 180 headshots on me.
Alright,
That's all good. That's all good. That was a good stop. Good retard.
Tux, can you dive with?
Uh,
Dive people. That's shooting.
What does it to kill Mercy?
Yeah. The Messi's sitting with people. She's way better positioned than Ben.
Oh, tanks are around this corner. This Winston just keeps on me.
Tracer top.
Tracer top left.
Try Genji's on me. Genji's on me. No, he's not.
No pulse. I found something.
I'm on Mercy. I'm on Mercy. She's going to point.
a Mercy juggle? No, we can't push any. No, 4 does actually go.
I'm on Mercy. Ooh.
Can't get you.
Come back here, man. That's okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
okay.
dude.
I couldn't correct answer.
If I'd held the just straight outside of the point, outer side of the bubble there, I might have been able to survive because it was Genji.
You can ult and turn. We're coming back now.
I got pulse. Where's Mercy? Where's Mercy? Okay, I see him.
Right here. Get him.
Use the visor. Use the visor. Use the visor. Just the visor. Just the visor.
Good chat.
Genji should have attacked there. I think we should have attacked there. Okay.
Extra dash. Go card.
Need heals on cart. Need heals. Thank you.
Zen's nice and easy. Don't know why he's drifting in there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, dude. This Zen is so
Monkey under.
I know. Like,
I feel like you can combo attack with a lot more things. Like just put tack in any defensive ulti, and it's really strong.
They're all going right side. Left side.
Once you get so certain.
Diving. 3, 2, 1. Zen. I'm just pushing him out of.
I'm on
Dead.
Winston. I'm on Winston. He's half.
Why is the Mercy not there? Question mark.
Tracer
No,
on,
no, no,
Tracer on. Tracer no recall. I need heals.
Can you cut?
Yeah, he's one.
Winston low. Winston low.
There's a heal pad down.
Where's Tracer?
She's in this room.
Gareth.
Yeah, she's in this room right here.
Alright, get out.
Finally got it. Halfway to pulse.
35 on Val. I'm getting back, Poker. That was actually a really good spot. He's sitting far
They're
back.
in cave. Cave.
Yeah, force the tank to help.
Tracer. The other side. Going on Mercy. You're going on. Whoop.
Tracer's good right around.
I'm on Mercy. Mercy's half.
Force her back to the team, and yeah. Mercy juggle?
Left side.
Well, it didn't work, but
She's one.
I got her.
Zen. Train.
Yep. Still on point.
Diva Mech 1.
Yeah, Tracer.
Diva Mech.
I was too late there, so sorry.
Heals.
Everyone, reset. Stop reset.
Monkey dives where it was.
Just get back up. Is anyone close or not?
I'm 75%.
Genji fed.
I'm gonna push this.
We can drop to point.
We'll do it in a sec. You guys
Alright,
want to
heal
fight?
B, man.
Mercy.
Yeah, he's back on you.
I'm ulting.
Winston.
Now I do my own Mercy juggle.
Got it. I got pulse.
I'm dead.
D1.
High ground is so strong here. with the dive tanks. I've only just started
Winston, stop.
realizing that.
Get that Winston, get the Winston. Got him, got him.
Winston, Diva on point. I should have seen the Genji high ground.
What's that?
Nice.
Because he gets
I'm focusing.
he gets Thorg. I should have been able to prevent that
Tracer's back.
by putting damage on him earlier.
Recall down.
Mike's coming in.
Nice, guys. That's a good hold. That's a really good hold.
Nice, nice. That's an awkward spot.
That
Yeah,
we
wait,
need, no, we need somebody.
okay, we'll just run standard then. I'll go top. There you go.
Crip. I still alive.
Dude, I'm the best.
Shut up.
Where's Pug?
Is that being comfortable with pulling out the Genji? I can play Genji here. I just feel like burning the tank, so yeah. I don't know. I'll tell you what now, guys. If I call standard, this is our standard call.
Yeah, yeah. I like having a double hit scan standard mod. That's really nice.
Then if I call full dive, Zeph is the only one that switches to Genji.
Playing with the soldier is so natural for me, so that's why I love double hit scan standard comps. Although I want to talk about,
That gives us some
I want to talk quickly to everyone about doing.
We've been doing that pretty well actually. Was swapped to
I want to talk to everyone about doing Genji soldier, perhaps with slow tanks or something. Just because we've got that means we've got like 4 or 5 team wipe ults versus 1 Zen ult, and we could just pull 1 or 2 out every fight.
Oh, you're quiet. It was just underneath my mouth.
Tracer right here, Tracer right here. I'm pushing out.
soldier.
I'm low on low.
Soldier Mercy high ground. That's what I wanted to say.
Tracer low.
Are we ready to dive soldier high ground?
Yeah, get him, just go.
Tracer high.
So I get burnt here because I don't bubble my bubble. Because I'm a double.
Tracer's really low.
I'm on Tracer. They've rolled.
Got her.
Nice soldier reset.
I'd say soft reset.
I got Messi.
Yes, soft reset.
So there's another trade. Reses for Mercy, so you're doing really well there for. I think everyone's doing really well at trading Mercy for res.
Soldier's almost back. Don't go yet.
I'm back.
Okay, Zen on roof. 3, 2, 1.
Zen roof.
Soldiers.
No Tracer.
They were too far back. Sometimes they get their positioning just right, and I think I've got a.
Tanks.
Dead. I can't see Mercy.
How you got the two supports there.
Winston, top right. Dead.
So you should notice their positioning there. It was nutty. Like a lot of the time, their Zen was just way too far back for me to dive. I've got to choose. Then I've just got to pick one of the DPS and stop them doing damage. Why do I go across here? I'll be honest. I'm trying to poke here. But what I should have done is just walked straight into the thing on our right here, on our left, the big health pack room when Evan is.
Zen. Oh fuck.
Res it, yeah. Zen.
Mercy garage. Go.
Oh,
fuck,
Tracer's
sorry.
keeping aim on me.
No. So that's why I always said 3, 2, 1. Or I should have just called, "Are we ready?"
Winston dead.
Can we get this in? Can we get Zen?
Oh,
Leave him make low.
Zen always has trans whenever I try and get him. Mercy, and then Tux gets him really well though. Diva, and I don't even know where the soldier is.
Winston, half. Soldier dead.
Zen dead.
One car. Need help with car.
No one called the position of Zen there. I think that was a big thing.
I'm on Tracer behind.
Diva and Mac.
Monkey on the
Let's-
card. Focus this monkey on the card. Easy. Push to choke.
Yep. Aggressive. Tax go top. Look at top right.
Three card.
Can I
I
get-
need hold.
Can you get an orb?
Come in the doorway. Go on you.
That pulse bomb.
Mercy low left. Mercy by yourself. I got.
Soldier's just next to it and I ignored it. That was dumb.
That's okay. Stay reset.
That's solid though. Solid.
Gate left. Lower gate left.
Trace is already up.
Yep. Can someone go around the bank? 3, 2, 1.
Trace is on me bottom left.
So here I just
Super Mac.
Tracer behind.
make sure I can push people away.
Yeah, on Mega. I'm 12 HP. I know.
Push the Mercy away.
Diva on far side, Zen on far side. Oh, I'm stuck. Ooh.
Can we back that? Maybe?
Going to point, yep, go to point. Going around back. Soldier and going on Zen. 3, 2, 1.
Dive backline.
Zen dead. Soldier
Oh my
next.
gosh. Soldier.
Monkey just good. Come cart or trans?
I have 2 reses.
What? Oh, just, can I get a res? I've got ulti.
What did you know?
Over by the Zen.
No, it's over.
It's on.
Oh,
I think I regrab.
Yeah.
guys,
Still got 2 minutes. Easy.
we need to dive backline.
Yeah, I did. We did.
Yeah, I know, you did. I know. We gotta do it again though.
Yeah. Go around left side of in, near in.
Yeah, David doesn't know.
Hang on, we need to wait for
I'm gonna be jumping. There though.
Don't take shots from David.
I'm at speed.
Okay, tell me when.
3, 2, 1.
Trace firm left, just good.
She's under.
She's recall.
Gate. She's gate.
House. Cart.
Okay. Gonna dive backlines.
Tell me when.
Soldier's back. 3, 2, 1.
Mercy's up. Mercy dead.
Yep, good job. Oh, car. Tanks on car.
Go monkey. I'm dead.
Where's the Zen here?
Diva.
You can rest.
And inside.
I always like half do the support kills. Like I go the first support and then just ignore the next one. Something I need to think about actually. Soldier, die.
Nice. Huge, guys. That's a win.
Monkey on coming to car. Half.
Whoops.
Monkey on car, guys.
Yeah, I'm on him.
GG's.
Another win.
Holy moly, guys.
And the next one is at 54 minutes.
He's taking care of his grandma in hospital.
Yeah, I understand that, but then don't join a team. Like, I feel sorry for him, but he's in make 4 scrims. What are you on about?
Be gone, thought.
He should have just let his grandma die instead of scream.
No, he should have just told me, like, hey, dude, I can't make the scrims. My grandma's sick, and I would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But after I already kicked him, he told me.
Maybe it hurts too much to talk about.
I don't see anyone on the main.
Alright, clear comms.
No one's on the main platform yet. So watch out.
Yeah, they're
Holding
yeah, they're
no,
holding
they
me.
are. We should only go right side, I think. Oh, I don't know.
Even just got done.
Yep, go right side.
So what I'll do here in future is, now that I've talked about it, is I'll flush out the Mercy like that, with no one else around me.
Mercy one. Damn it.
I'm not running this. They're diving. The back line.
Damn, I almost got Mercy seconds.
Um,
They're gonna do it every time. All go left.
Yeah.
Coming back now.
Me as well? Oh, they don't really have spam, so it should be fine.
Okay, ready? Let's go.
What's Tracer? Is Tracer?
Tracer's right here.
Careful, tracer bomb.
Zen's on point here, I need to look at that.
Just deal with this Diva first.
Winston died.
Monkey.
Tracer
Fuck.
just good. Dying.
Mercy
Damage.
half.
D-Mac.
Deal with it, come on.
So what I should have done is I saw Zen alone on point. That was dumb of me not to go.
We forced Valk, I think.
Yeah, just save our ultis, try and build them. I'm coming back now.
That's good.
Big.
Oh, we're up,
Stop
go.
reset.
So Zeph gets nutty kills on the Tracer the whole friggin' time.
Tell me
Alright,
when you're going.
the pressure on point.
Diva's still coming.
Did Mercy die?
They're pushing in now.
So that's like maximum possible burst damage there. So I was thinking if I could get the
Could burst him down.
Zen really quick.
That'll help us. It might be a good idea for you to drop to point when we're ready. Ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1, going.
Zen dead, Zen dead.
Winston on me in the back. Winston on me in the back.
I tried to try to follow up on the Genji's dash.
Mercy low, Mercy low.
Where is he? There, Mercy. Archers, archers.
Mercy dead, Mercy dead.
Burn this monkey, can we? Can we burn this monkey?
Force him to point. Force him to point. That's what you want to fight.
I'm on Diva, on Diva. Diva low.
So that should have been. This should have been an easy fight win the fight before. It was dumb of me not to just see that Zen and kill him.
Mate, no, got it.
What you want to do is you want to force them to fight on point because that's where they're the most weakest.
I feel like if I'd just gone, when we went left, if I'd just gone to point and stalled it there, because there's plenty of.
We do an early map and just push it in the tackle. We don't have mech though. We don't have mech. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Alright, ready, ready.
Okay, yeah. Go right side, and on.
Trace.
Yeah, then go right side.
I mean, Mercy, sorry.
Go right side, analog, and we'll go man.
Okay, they're all right side though. I can't.
I probably could have jumped up there, to be honest.
Diving one.
Just forcing Zen as much as I can.
On point.
Force trance.
Omega.
I'm kind of abusing. That's kind of a good abuse of.
1 HP.
Mercy dead. Nice. Winston, Winston, Winston.
Winston, yep. I'm giving Zen out. Zen
Genji,
Z.
Genji.
Yeah.
Diva coming right side. There's no bubble for you. Tracer.
No, I missed Winston, I'm sorry.
I'm coming back now.
Yeah. Oh,
Monkey one, monkey one, monkey one.
Tracer on me in the back.
Messi, is this good?
I'm on Tracer. I'm on Tracer.
They got a Sombra now?
Mess. Winston.
Diva ready, mate.
Good best stomp the demon, mate.
Baby Diva dead.
Another roll.
I'm on monkey, I'm on monkey.
We're good, we're good.
Winston, 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 Winston.
Trucks fly to me. Winston,
Mercy
Winston,
one, Mercy one. I'm dead.
Winston one as well.
We David bomb. Make sure.
Oh,
I should have done that.
the sack.
Genji one, Genji one.
Good. Can we bomb?
This is a funny rollback, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Jump.
Well, you had bomb.
Put back. Jump. Only just get there.
I'm dead again.
Tracer one.
Mercy on point, Mercy on point.
Winston,
Low.
Winston, 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 Winston.
Good stomp. Fucking love the good stomp, man.
Nice, dude. It's 3 minutes. That's solid.
That was my bad. I kept getting caught out.
At least you didn't. At least you didn't get rolled back two leaps on your run back. That was fun. Jump, land, rolled all the way back to where I started.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Are we holding like they did?
yeah, that's a really good spot. Especially with
Hold
the
on. Full dive or?
No, it just spikes to 100, but for some reason that rolls me back.
Watch them dive over this platform.
Genji.
I'm on Mercy, I'm on
Mercy,
Mercy.
Mercy low.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
she punched one.
Genji.
You got the widow there. My jump in 2 seconds.
Push into them, pushing in.
Oh, they got a winner. Okay.
I'm on Diva, I'm on Diva. Oh.
Mercy, Mercy.
Come back, come back, come back.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the widow gets 2 really good picks there.
So free set.
She comes up.
Omega.
Falls her back.
And, fly to me, fly to me.
Right back, right back, right back. All the way back to point.
Alright, so we're gonna have to. When you see widow. So what I can do is I can stick there. And when we're doing defenses on this point, I feel like if we roll back to the start of this point. So here we are. Look where Sorg is. That's a really good spot for Sorg. And I think that's really good. Sorg's in the right position there, and that's awesome. And probably is the reason we don't hold here is because Sorg is too well positioned, and the rest of us are in dumb positions, where I am.
I was dead.
So, big thing about Widow is she's going to be on this top thing here, top walkway, on top of archers here, and Genji wherever he is.
Keeping in mind where she was and where Zen was.
So, when she gets her picks, they're on mains, right? Main high ground.
A lot better. Because I've been doing that.
So what we can do, I think, is a big thing about this is we're running full dive, right? So we need to hold this area harder.
But that all just straight right.
And do what they were doing. So Diva on the bridge and no one closer to point than that. So Diva, instead of being down here, needs to be on the bridge here.
Genji.
So then I jump here. Ant is still up high ground. That's good. We get the Mercy. And suddenly we're all peeking this Widow. We're right in front of her. Tracer's here. Genji's beside me, so that was a good dive, but now we're on top of these guys. So what I have to do is not go for that Genji, even though it was accidentally a good dive on the Widow, on the Mercy. Is wait for this Widow. Wait to see if this Widow is going. And always think about what if there's a Widow on this map. Because a far more useful practical jump, practical first jump, would be...
Go. Push into them. Pushing in.
Actually, I probably could have just held high ground and gone up to the... Well, she drops back here, right? So she's just behind them.
I'm on Diva. Cool.
Ant was rezzing here in line of sight of the Widow. So I think big thing about this is just don't res in line of sight of Widow.
Widow.
This is dumb. Like, what is it? She hears me come up and she goes anyway.
Right back. All the way back.
So, dying over here. That's kind of okay, I suppose, but because they've got the Widow, I'm actually tempted to... After first pushes, I'm tempted to basically me hold here. Someone on right room, so me here. Someone in here is probably a good one. And then high grounds. Genji above here, so he can drop down and get heals. Probably the best way of thinking about these things. And just hold point, because there's way cover all around here. Above me, back here. There's lots of bits of cover, and that's really good. So they just jump into the middle of it, and then we have no tanks at the time, so... Well, we only have one tank at the time, so... And no Mercy, so we just can't win that fight. And that's okay.
Yeah. So we took the first picks. We just didn't identify the Widow cards.
Okay, so here... Now we know they've got a Widow. Widow is going to hold left side. She's going to hold the big pillars on left side, or she's going to hold arch on top of arch main. So what I want to do is either hold left side of point or right side of point, just off here. So this is what I do. I move over to here. So this gives me vision of main, where the Widow is, and it gives me one jump to right hand side, or to left hand side where the Widow is here. What they did, admittedly theirs wasn't a staggered spawn, is they held up nice and close here in front of me where I can see 4's symbol. So what I'll do in future is that I think that's a really good spot actually, because it gives me line of sight of right hand side, gives me line of sight of point, gives me mains, it gives me left, and most of the time it gives me damage without using my abilities, and then I jump back to point. That's a good point. I'll do that.
We should have heard that Zeph was going on him. Widow mains. Widow main.
When's
So Widow's main here, so you've got to hold hard in spawn here. That's where you've got to stick.
Fuck. Dead main.
oh
And you kill the Winston's dead. Diva's on point here with no support.
Down.
With support from Mercy on the main.
Well, I have to push Widow. I have to push
Yeah,
Widow.
Yeah. Thing about Widow, if we hold the right spots, I don't think you actually have to push the Widow. So what I'll do in future is I'll either hold up close on our right, or from this perspective on the right, on the high ground. Someone hold left on the left side below this thing, and then you hold near spawn basically, because that gives you plenty of cover from the Widow who's on our right. If the Widow comes on the right pillars, from this perspective it's actually left from defenders. And then what you do is you just burn tanks on point, and the tanks cycle between on the left of point and on the right of point. So, well, on the left outside point, so you're peeling here and getting healed, and on the right side of point you're holding the point. So I'm respawned here.
Res me. You can res me. No.
So I've got a whole tick to give them, so it doesn't matter.
I'm on Zen.
Going on Zen, right side point.
Genji half.
I've got ulti if I...
Well, I have to push Widow. I have to push
Yeah,
Widow.
yeah, yeah.
West on me, right spawn.
You can res me. You can res me. No, I'll do.
I feel like, yeah, the first step for dealing with Widow is don't peek her. Second step is dive her.
I've got ulti.
You win the fight without peeking her, and then you dive her. Unless she's like in a dumb position, unless their support is in.
Okay.
95.
Well, I don't know pop ulti there.
Point.
Genji.
Fuck, I got boot back.
I do actually get a point though.
Yeah, fuck. I'm on.
We need someone.
So I'm on there. I could have gone down and killed them.
Dive, Widow if you can.
I'm on Mercy. I'm on Mercy. It's worth getting their players. I can't get out.
Do it.
So here, this is the first time I've actually peeked middle. I've either gone in this early bit or all the way to the end. This is what everyone should do
Can die.
when they're holding Glass Widow.
I'm gonna go.
And you see here, I drop bubble. And as soon as I peek it, I die.
Diva.
I'm not keep one.
Monkey next,
I'm on
monkey.
Widow. I'm on Widow. You can go. You can go.
Genji dead.
Yep.
Mercy, flash.
You need to chase it.
Point, stay point, somebody.
I thought she had ulti. She was ultiing there.
I'm on Genji.
One again.
And this is just that's a good push, but it was a good push for them to snowball it so quickly. It was,
You should expect that. They've worked out how they push 2 CPs, right? We took it on maps where it was skirmishy, and they worked out how to push 2 CPs.
235 is my game.
Can you just...
My next game.
What do they be?
So this is where we really get used to how they position and work out where we go from and to. And I feel like they're trying to. They're pushing too rigidly into our.
Yeah, sitting back.
I love this spot. I'm actually floating,
I'm just gonna farm ulti.
and they can't see me.
I'm gonna go left side.
Zen's high ground. Gonna die Zen.
Far back, high ground, dude. I can't push
Wait,
that.
Zen's
Yeah,
alone.
that's it.
I'm pushing Diva. She's half.
This is cool. You can actually go under.
Keep going, Paul.
Like we push far enough ahead that they don't push down.
Zen just dropped down. They all dropped down.
I need a heal.
Pushing Zen, right side. He's going servers, high ground, back.
Yeah.
I'm on Winston.
Yeah, go Winston.
They full dive. I got you. Pull back. Winston 1. Diva Mac 1. Genji to deflect.
Fuck,
Mercy,
I'm gonna
Mercy,
die.
Mercy.
Whoop.
I got Mercy, I got Mercy, I got Mercy.
Soldier Discord, chat.
Do we have Blade already? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Leave
You're
Diva.
not contesting, you guys go.
Leave
It's
Diva.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get any good spawns, like, for us.
There's a Genji.
There's still a dead get. Yeah.
Okay, because, yeah, that was a massive
Oh,
bug.
Messi. Oh, Messi.
When
A
you
monkey
die,
and a
you
monkey.
guys-
Monkey pine. Monkey mains.
He's low. Nice.
Can we push up there?
Mains always means on the path of the cart,
This is bad.
like
Play close.
where they prescribe you go. For me,
I'm just right clicking there. Yep.
I'm gonna have Blade in.
I just push them all out.
Push Diva out of mate.
When you just go.
That's a quick little thing. I'll always split them up like that. So easy to do. And again, on the Zen, their Zen is never protected. Their Mercy just never heals the Zen.
Genji on cart.
I mean, obviously he does, but it's no
One. Push back to their spot.
important matches, important fights. It's always
Back.
see Genji Blade and
Back.
ultis.
Soft reset. Soft
So
reset.
that's yeah. That's the lag. Diva. Hard right.
High left.
Back.
Go back. Everyone out on side. Don't take
Careful.
a step. Move low.
Nice. Let's go.
Can I get
Diva Mech 1, Diva Mech 1. Diva out of Mech.
push two?
Someone's airplane.
I'm going cart.
Burn bubble.
Monkey's low.
Genji behind.
I'm on him.
I'm gonna try and
Zen's
get
high
Mercy.
left. Zen's high left.
Thanks, careful, no heals.
Mercy's out there as well. I'm just holding him out. Go cart. Kill cart.
Mercy suicided. They've given up on this fight.
Go,
There we go.
Vegas.
Watch for bad spawns.
I think there was a Zen and there's the soldier.
Diva. Leave it.
Leave it.
I could have just camped there probably.
Wait, what's that?
Nice. Keep me up. They're gonna res
See if we can camp this res. See if we
I
can
have to
get the
do
res.
cart. I have to do cart.
Nice. That's huge.
Anyone?
Carts.
Take cart.
Okay, well, you
No,
go.
only one on card needed.
I've got ulti next fight.
I have Blade.
Zen's back
I got
left.
pulse.
Shoot me.
Zen's back right now.
Yep.
David, just good.
I'm on soldier.
Just good.
They res.
David, just good.
Leave it back low.
Mercy.
Genji low.
Ah, missed. Fuck.
Soldier, huge.
Genji's behind us, by the way.
Zen low in spawn.
Mercy. Right side.
Yeah, I'm on
See, I shouldn't have pushed into that either there, because then I would have had the range to kill the Mercy.
Moved around.
Winston.
Can I get? Thank
Trying to push the cart.
We force trans.
Cart, go.
So I'm just fighting just ahead of cart the whole time there, I think. So
That was a 4 minutes 30 push. That was a really good reset. Let's go not get locked in spawn.
No. They're not pushing.
Okay.
They have. Oh,
They had a Reza. Genji high ground bridge.
They have a McCree now. We can dive him.
wait.
I'm diving on bridge.
Riley.
Pretty low.
I have Blade. Blade in.
Three half.
Genji light.
3, 2, 1,
I'm
go.
taking the space.
I shouldn't have popped bobble there, because now I can push.
Tanks now. Tanks.
Genji half right.
Gonzaga, see him in.
Genji down.
Winston.
Go the Winnie. Tanks.
Mercy's up.
Winston.
Winston one.
Get Genji right.
Three dead. Three one, sorry. I need heals.
Heals only.
Supports now.
Genji half.
Genji
I'm
just
on
go
Zen.
to cart.
What do you chucks?
Mercy. Where's Mercy?
Genji.
Diva
I'm on
Mech
Mercy.
1. Where's
Mercy left. Oh, come on, I should have said that. Easy.
Diva. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Really good
Oh
time.
my gosh, dude, I was popping the blades.
He had like 4 blades there.
Dude,
154 is the next
To be
climb.
honest, you can just fly to it.
Yeah. I love that. I love how, like, as the game is getting on, people are thinking of this.
And we're done.